Hey everyone, how's it going? It is Monday, May 5th, and my surgery is 1 week from today. Um, so it's been a little bit of a nervy kind of day. First things first is I have been slowly winding down on caffeine. So today is my first day without, and so I've had kind of a headache all day, a little bit of like the caffeine withdrawal. I didn't sleep great last night. So kind of out of sorts um, today anyway. But it's been really surreal. Like all throughout the day, I've kind of been benchmarking like where I'll be next week. Around 7:30, I got really twitchy because I knew that I would be going into surgery at that time. And about 10:30, I was like, okay, well, they'll be almost done with the mastectomy portion at this point. At like 12:30, I was like, okay, well, they'll be calling Steve and letting them know that the deep flap portion and the reconstruction has started. And then around 2 o'clock, I was like, okay, well, I should be kind of halfway through the reconstruction portion. And so it's kind of been playing in my mind all day. And I don't even know. It's really strange. To think about it like that, right? Like these very definitive markers. How do I feel emotionally? I don't fucking know. I have cried a little bit. I have kind of hyped myself up and, had conversations about just like how I want to go into this surgery. I really want to go into it with a positive mindset. I really want to go into it thinking that everything is going to go really smoothly, that, my pain management will be good, that I won't come out of surgery sick. That is probably one of my biggest concerns. Not, I mean, I want everything to go right, but being really sick from anesthesia and from being under for that long is definitely a concern for me. I've had trouble with anesthesia in the past for much shorter surgeries. So hopefully this guy will get it right, like the guy did on my last leg surgery when I had my hardware out. I woke up from that like amazing. I was like, oh, I don't have any pain. I'm not sick. Like I feel awesome. Like this is amazing. So let's go for that outcome. So, but how do I feel? Like what is going on for me internally? There's a lot, right? Like there's definitely a part of me that's still, I think, struggling with some of the grief of the change. Um, I have said this repeatedly. I know that the surgery is the right thing for me. I know that it is my best chance to have a cancer-free life. So I don't I don't question that, but there is a sadness and a grief that comes with having to change your body. And I don't know if you can fully understand it if you're not in it. Um, but it's really hard. I was thinking yesterday that, hopefully like my breasts will look mostly the same. And that's, I think, the part that I had been focusing on. And then I got out of the shower and I was standing in the mirror getting, drying off and putting lotion on and all the things. And I looked at my belly and I realized that like soon I'm going to be cut hip to hip. And that's a scar I can't hide, right? Um, and I hadn't really given that, I think, enough space, enough attention, and what that will be like to me. Because even though like I'm pudgy, like I'm a short little chubby Italian, I hadn't given much thought to my belly incision. Um, and what that's going to mean and look like for me. Even though I will get somewhat of a flat tummy out of it, bonus. Um, but just kind of what that will look like. And then I have been so focused on kind of really doing everything I can to make sure that I regain sensation in my chest, that I didn't think about like, my abdomen will be numb, and what that will mean. So I have reached out to my doctor to ask a couple of questions that I hadn't really thought of before related to that. And we'll see what he comes back with and says. But so yeah, so there's a sadness there that I am still wrestling with. And there is a hope that everything goes smoothly and, I get sensation back, top and bottom, that I look in the mirror and I'm not sad and that I'm happy knowing that the way I look and the way that my body is, I'm giving it the best chance. I'm doing everything I can to support it, to support me in having a cancer-free life. Um, yeah. So it's a very strange place to be. It's also like I'm looking at the clock right now, it's 3:28 on Monday. About this time, if everything goes right and according to plan, I should be coming out of surgery somewhere within the next hour. So, thinking a lot about like what that's like. I know that I want to wake up feeling decent. I don't want to cough. I'm really scared of not only being sick after surgery, which is the worst thing, but also coughing because you've just had your stomach halfway removed on the out, your lower half of your abdomen, and then you've been pulled down and stitched, and like coughing and throwing up are really, really bad. So sort of scared of that. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm rambling here, but yeah, it's just there's so much that's coming with this. But the flip side here too is that, and I said this yesterday in my video, like I do feel ready. I feel ready to be on the other side of surgery. I feel ready to move on and get to the next part of my life, which is healing and recovery. I feel ready to embrace a body that has reduced its risk of cancer, to remove the tissue that I know is, already troublesome in my breasts. So I'm ready. I'm ready for that. Um, And yeah, and I think that there's still going to be a grieving period. I think that when I wake up from surgery, I think that in the weeks coming as I heal and I have these scars and I have tubes hanging out of my body and all of those things, I think there's going to be some rough seas. I'm hoping to navigate them as best I can. I'm hoping that the support team that I have built, both in friends from support groups, my friends, my family, my therapists, can all support me in getting through that because I do think it's going to take a village. So yeah. And in the meantime, I'm just trying to listen to some really good, positive music. I actually in my pre-op appointments I asked my surgeons, I'm like, do you listen to music while you're in surgery? They're like, yeah, do you have any requests? And I'm like, I like happy poppy music and some reggae because it's all good vibes and love. And so hopefully they'll be playing that in the background. And then my plastic surgeon asked me if I had any other requests. And I said, just make me pretty. So, which he kind of laughed. So yeah, I mean, we're here and it's just going to be a trip. So 1 week from today and away we go. I think there will be other content out this week because I feel like I have a lot rattling around in my brain around the emotional side of this. And I really want to share that. Again, I think there's something really unique to being a provider versus a survivor. I think that there are a lot of women who make this choice, and some people, well, I'll be real honest, there's a lot of people that don't get it. There's a lot of people that do. And I'm not asking you to fully understand my choice if you don't agree with it, but I am asking that you support me. And if you have friends and family who are in this position, know that they're doing what they think is right for them, um, given their risk score, given their own level of fear and their desire to live a healthy, cancer-free life. Um, so yeah, I think it's important to do these videos and share, even if I am rambling a little bit. So I do apologize today. Um, but yeah, so here we are, a week to go. Yeah. Thank you for following along with the journey. Thank you for supporting me. And yeah, away we go. Thanks.